Hi guys, so today we want to actually share a very important part of your movement pattern with you, which is the eccentric part. Do the eccentric part, but it has to be very, very controlled. So think about when somebody sprints. When somebody is the legs are already underneath them and the heel is almost touching the buttocks, at that time they're never going to pull. The muscle is almost fully contracted. At that time they're never going to pull the hamstrings. However, you can look at a sprinter when they are fully extending the legs and they are trying to actually quickly grab the floor and they're trying to accelerate or increase a little bit more speed. That's when they pull a hamstring. Same thing can happen when, not just when you're sprinting, but definitely when you're doing any kind of form of movements with resistance, with extra resistance, such as you do a bench press, when you do a squat, any form, or suddenly you're moving your arms downwards as you're holding onto the barbell or dumbbell, that's a critical point. So you need to make sure that during that time you're controlling it. So I always recommend a very, very simple counting pattern. You need to make sure you're going down and before you're coming back up on two. Let's say just we're talking about the biceps curls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay? So when you're extending it, you're creating a little bit longer pattern. You need to pay attention for that. I see in the biceps, it's very hard to get injured, especially when you're not using so much weights. But everybody loves to lift heavy, either when you're squatting or when you're doing a deadlift or when you're doing benching, incline bench or flat bench, it doesn't matter. You want to just go to the next level. So let me just show you the proper pattern when you do benching, okay? And you need to use this when you squat or do anything else as well. So first and foremost, you always take the bar out. You're going to come down on 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So not like this. So, and I purposely didn't put any weight on because I don't want to hurt myself, but don't come down and you're trying to bust it back from the chest as you're coming up, okay? Don't do that, folks. That's the perfect way to get injured. And even just last week, a professional athlete as well posted something in this regards, and it's a very, very common problem. He was doing incline bench, and he was actually very, very controlled. He was using a little bit more load. It's one tiny movement, one tiny wrong movement, your shoulder is not stabilizing as much, or your wrist is going to a certain direction. That's all he took. He tore his pec down from his collarbone, okay? So it is extremely dangerous. You want to make sure that you avoid injuries. So focus on the eccentric part, control the movement pattern. If you want to quickly lift the weight up, push it away from yourself, that's a different story. But you want to make sure that the eccentric part where you're stretching the muscle, recruiting new muscle fibers, it's under control. Thanks for listening, guys.